Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Austin here, or Luna. So, today's story time, judging by the title, it's an interesting one. Also, just wanted to add, I've been getting DMs like all day, being like, yo, dude, is the new TikTok girl? Like, did she reply? No. I sent the DM, but unfortunately, no response yet. She also hasn't posted anything on her account yet, but I will let you know if that changes. Don't worry. But anyway, yeah, today's story time, man. It all starts off back in 2014. Quite a while ago, literally 10 years ago. I think it's almost exactly 10 years ago in a few days. I remember the story time takes place right before Halloween, right before my birthday. Yeah, I was stoked, man. My birthday's the 26th. It was coming up soon. And yeah, life was good at this point. Really nothing out of the ordinary. Everything was good. Everything was great. No complaints, right? So yeah, this all starts off like any other day back then. I got up out of bed very early in the morning because I had school. It was like 6 a.m. I took a shower, got ready for the day. Just, dreading life, didn't want to get on the bus, didn't want to go to school. I hated everything, right? I was just in a shitty mood. But I pulled myself out of bed, got ready, and I went to school. And upon arriving to school, I got to my locker, started taking out the things I needed for the day, everything that was important. I got that done with, went to class, and yeah, the day started off pretty good, pretty normal, right? Everything was fine. Well, second period rolls around, and this is where things get a little bit interesting, right? So I'm in second period class, right? Class had just started. I was sitting in the back of the room, just at my table like I normally would, the back left corner, just chilling, right? Not bothering anybody. Well, in walks this new kid who I had never seen a day in my life at my school before. He looked brand new, and he looked way older than any of the other kids that were in this class. This dude had a full sleeve of tattoos. Like, keep in mind, bro, my whole class, we're all like 16 years old. So like to have someone come in with a full sleeve of tattoos, that's pretty out of the ordinary, right? So this kid walks into class and my teacher's like, hey everyone, just want to let you know we have a new student today. He just started today. It's his first day. Everyone give him a warm welcome. His name's Anthony. Everybody say hello. And we're all like, hi Anthony. And he's like, what's up? And she goes, okay, well, go have a seat. You can sit anywhere you'd like. And Anthony starts walking around looking for an open seat. And he sees the one in the back of the room that was right next to me. And he decides to sit down at my table with me. And he sits down. I give him like a little head nod, like a what's up. And he nods back. And yeah, class just starts off like normal, right? About 10 minutes goes by, maybe 20. And Anthony looks over at me. And he's like, yo, bro. And I was like, yeah, what's up? And I shit you not, bro. At like 8 in the morning, this kid goes, you know where I could buy some beer or a bottle? And I was like, no. He's like, no one? You don't know anybody? I was like, bro, at this hour and in school, no. He said, bro, I don't believe you. You seem like the type that would know someone. And first of all, what does that mean, bro? Do I just look like an alcoholic or something? But whatever, I didn't take offense. I was like, bro, I swear to you, I don't know anyone that sells that stuff here. The only place that I know that sells alcohol is the liquor store, and that's like a block down the road. He said, bro, I'm not going to a liquor store. I want something now. And I was like, all right, man, I'm sorry I can't help you. He's like, whatever, all good. And he like goes back to doing his work. And now I'm curious, right? Like he talked to me, so I feel like now we have an open dialogue. I can ask him something too. So I'm like, yo, dude, quick question. He's like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, bro, you got like mad tattoos. How old are you? He's like, I'm 17. I'm like, bro, you got all those tattoos at 17? Like, that's kind of cool. Because at the time, bro, I thought that shit was so cool. I thought it was like so badass if you had a tattoo and you weren't 18 yet. Just made you look like a rebel. And he's like, thanks, bro, thanks. Also, the fact that he was 17, a year older than everybody in the class, makes me think that he probably got held back a year. I don't know, but that's just my assumption. But anyway, after this, class kind of just proceeded as normal. Nothing really happened. And then after that, the bell rings. Everyone pours out into the hallway, starts going back to their lockers and stuff. I'm at my locker getting my folder out. And what do you know? I see Anthony. He walks up to the locker next to mine. And we both look at each other. And I was like, is that your locker? He's like, yeah, they gave it to me today. I was like, damn, bro, what are the chances? He's like, I know, right? So after we have some really awkward small talk for like, I don't know, a minute or two while we're both at our lockers, Anthony goes, yo, what are you doing today? And I was like, nothing, sitting on my ass. He's like, bet, you trying to link? And I was like, sure, why not, dude? Back then, that's just how much I didn't give a shit about getting to know somebody. I was just down to hang out with anyone, bro. There were so many times where I hung out with people that were so sketchy or like not really my type of people to hang out with just because I wanted something to do, just because I was bored. So yeah, this was just like any other time. I was like, yeah, I'm down. So yeah, literally we exchanged numbers, and after school, I had plans to go to his house and link up with him and 2 other of his friends that went to a different school. So yeah, fast forward to the end of the day, I went home. I texted him that I'd be on my way in like 40 minutes or so after I got home. And I started getting ready to go hang out with him, right? Now, I can't lie. There was a part of me, a pretty big part of me, that was a little bit nervous to go like hang out with him. Because it wasn't really hanging out with him that made me nervous. It was hanging out with him and his friends. Because that means I'm about to meet like mad new people. And I don't know if they're going to be cool or not. Or like maybe they'd hate me or something. I don't know, right? Like I was a little bit worried. I was also worried that like they might be a little bit sketchy. Because like obviously Anthony, given the tattoos. And the first question he asked me was, where do I buy alcohol? I got a little bit worried that his friends might be a little sketch, right? Now, I know that sounds kind of hypocritical coming from me, because back in the day, I was definitely looked at by like people's parents and like other people at my school, like I was sketchy. But yeah, I don't know. I was trying to just think, you know what? Don't judge people. These kids are probably gonna be really cool, right? So yeah, I went to his house after I got home from school. I walked over there. He lived like maybe 3 blocks away. He was pretty close. At least that was close for me back then. I probably wouldn't walk that far now because I'm lazy as fuck, but back then I would. And yeah, I got to his house, and upon walking into his house and meeting these people, I realized that my worries were a little bit justified. His homies were sketchy as fuck, dude. First of all, one of them looked like he was 14, and the other one looked like he was 20. So, like, very vastly different ages here. So that was weird. And I wanted to ask how old they were, but I didn't want to be rude, so I just ignored it. But one of them definitely looked like he was like 14, maybe 15, and the other dude definitely looked like he was like maybe between 18 and 20, right? So pretty weird. But I walked into Anthony's house, I dapped everybody up, said, hey, my name's Austin, introduced myself. And the hangout session kind of started off a little bit awkward. Just kind of started off with like us sitting there silently, listening to music. They were smoking a little bit. I didn't want to smoke because I was already awkward and weirded out enough by this new situation I was in. Well, about 30 minutes later, one of them has the idea to go up to the corner store and buy something. They wanted to get like a Gatorade or something, right? And we were all down to go because we had nothing to do, right? So we started walking to this corner store. We got there. We did a little bit of shopping. I got some snacks. I got some Doritos. Got some chips. Got a drink. I was chilling, right? And then after that, we leave the store after everyone got what they wanted to get, and we start walking back to Anthony's house. Now, as we're walking back, about halfway through the walk, right? Like, we're probably about 5 minutes away from Anthony's house, halfway point. All of a sudden, everybody stops. And this kid that looked like he was 14 points to me and goes, empty your pockets. And I laugh, right? Because I think he's joking. I fully thought he was joking. And Anthony speaks up and goes, he ain't kidding. Empty your pockets. I was like, bro, what? And then the other dude speaks up, the one that's like fucking probably almost 20 years old. He's like, he ain't gonna say it again. Empty your fucking pockets. And even though I was outnumbered and definitely a little bit scared, and by a little bit, I mean very, very afraid, I just like had this moment of just anger and I didn't want to listen. So I said, nah, I'm good. And this kid goes, what? And I was like, I'm good. He goes, fuck you mean you're good? I'm like, I'm not gonna empty my pockets. And that's when this kid reaches into his pocket and whips out a switchblade. And he points it right at my stomach. And he goes, how about now? And I go, okay. Like, dude, I literally was so scared. I just went, okay. I just took out my wallet, my phone, everything, my keys and shit. And they just took everything but my keys, bro. They took my phone, they took my wallet, all the money inside of it. It wasn't a lot of money. It was probably like $40. But at that age, bro, I was balling. And yeah, man, I lost my wallet, my phone. And they just walked away after that to Anthony's house. And they left me standing there, afraid, angry, sad, betrayed. It just sucked, man. I was feeling all the emotions, right? And I did the walk of shame back to my house. And yeah, bro, I went home and I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, I need a new phone. And she's like, what? Where'd your phone go? And I tried to lie to her. I was like, I dropped it, it broke, and I threw it away. It was the worst lie ever, by the way. Terrible liar. And she goes, you threw away your broken phone? Why didn't you take the broken phone home with you so we could go trade it in? And I was like, I don't know. I wasn't thinking. She goes, stop lying to me, Austin. Where the fuck's your phone? And I just told her the truth. I was like, all right, listen, I'm going to tell you the truth, but I don't want to call the police because, like, I'm afraid what'll happen if I do. So don't freak out when I tell you. But I got robbed. And she was like, what? By who? And I was like, this kid and his friends from my school. Like, they took my phone and my wallet. And she's like, well, why can't we call the police? Like, don't you want your phone back? And I was like, I don't want to call the police because, like, one of them had a weapon. I don't want to get hurt at school if I call the cops. Like, the next day they might try and hurt me at school or something. And then naturally, like any mother would do, she starts freaking out because somebody pulled a weapon on her baby. She was all freaked out, all upset, told me I'm not allowed to hang out with anybody anymore unless she knows them beforehand. rightfully so. And yeah, she just really wanted to call the cops. And honestly, she should have. That would have been the right thing to do in this scenario. And obviously, if you're ever in that scenario, like, do that. Call the cops. But I ended up not calling them. My mom didn't call them. She listened to me, even though she really wanted to. I begged her not to. But there was one condition with that. She had to call the school. And she did. She called the school and she got me moved out of that class that I had with Anthony. She also got me and Anthony put in different lunch times, so I didn't have the same lunch as him anymore, so I didn't have to see him. And it made my mom feel a lot better. And it made me feel a little bit better too, because I didn't want to see him either, because I was just angry, right, that he betrayed me. Now, this story isn't a total L for just me, okay? Honestly, this is the definition, like the purest definition ever of karma. So 2 days later, I am in my room. It's after school. I'm on my new phone. My mom bought me a new phone like that day. Shout out to her. And I'm scrolling Facebook, right? I'm on my Facebook where I have all my friends from school added. And I see this post. It's actually like a repost. It's like a share from a store in my area, a convenience store. The same convenience store that we were at earlier in the story before your boy got robbed, right? And it's a security footage screenshot of Anthony and those two dudes robbing the store. It's them like ripping shit off the shelves and them running out, right? And they were looking for, any information on who it could be based on those images. And the person that shared it onto my timeline wrote like a little caption above it that just said Anthony's name. He just snitched on him, dude. And a few days later, on my Facebook, again, I see another post about how they were found and arrested. So all three of them got arrested for robbing that store. Anthony had to do like 2 or 3 weeks in a juvenile detention center. That's what I was told by someone like that knew about the situation. And so did this other kid. I'm assuming he was the one that was like probably 14 or 15. And the other dude got arrested and went to jail. So my assumptions were correct. One was a kid, one was an adult. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, man, that was all the revenge I needed. I felt way less shitty about the whole situation after that because karma's a bitch. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of the story. This dude pretended to be my friend. Secretly, it was all just a plot to get me robbed, which is crazy. They also waited to rob me, which is crazy to me. Like, they could have done it right when I stepped in the house, but they waited, which is so weird. And then they got arrested for robbing a store, like, not long after that. So, yeah, man, karma's a bitch. Moral of the story is, robbery is bad. Don't rob people. Don't rob stores. Don't rob. That's simple. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I will see you all later. Peace.
I'm in a bad mood. I can see it today. I remember